Welcome to Now Streaming on ACNNTV, your weekday dose of headlines, hits, and a little wahala. I am Raphael Ajaokomo, your anchor for today, and this is the Sporting Edition, where we kick things off not just with headlines making waves, but with the issues shaking our dear nation, from the drama in the political field to the tactics on the football pitch. Because let's be honest, in Nigeria, politics is just another sport, only with less fitness and more drama. Today we'll run through the top stories hitting the press, touch on the pulse of the nation, and of course sprint straight into all things sports from the home turf of our Super Eagles preparing for the World Cup playoff. We'll keep testing our blood pressure to the global pitch of the UEFA Champions League, where dreams are made and hearts, of course, are broken. So buckle up, grab a coffee or a tea, and make sure it's not cold. This morning, it's news, it's sports, it's Nigeria, and it's now streaming. And of course, yes, we are live. Joining me this morning in the studio, I have before me Mr. Obina Oduche, who is a political and sport analyst. You're welcome, sir.
Thank you. Good morning, viewers.
Thank you very much, sir. And also with us in the studio, Mr. Nwemeka Edozie Nwemeka, who is a professional football coach and a sports analyst also.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here.
Thank you very much. Joining us live all the way from Delta State, of course, you know who I'm referring to, Comrade Abraham Soko, who is a political and sports analyst. You're welcome, Comrade Soko.
Yeah, good morning, Mr. Raphael. Good morning to our guests in the studios. I'm happy to be here. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And viewers, please remember to join in the gist. And for you to do that, you'll kindly use our numbers showing on your screen. And of course, don't forget that you can also join us via all our social media handles. And let's rub minds. I know some hearts are broken, some people are happy. We'll find out in a very short while. But first, let's look at the Punch Sport newspaper that came in this morning. Yes, Punch Sport Extra. And on my top left, I consider myself a Nigerian. Who is playing this? This is from Eric Shell, the Super Eagles coach. You can find more on that gist. Maybe we'll explain why he thinks he's a Nigerian. I'm on page 7 of Punch Sport Extra. We also have here Uganda coach unfazed by Eagles star ahead of AFCON. We also have here Gyökeres injury cause for concern. Another injury scare for Arsenal, who already have at least 6 players on the sideline. You can find more on that on page 4. We have below that Flick ready to quit Barcelona. Hansel Flick getting ready to quit Barcelona. Why are we running away? Below there we have Slot aims dig at Rooney, and Slot aims dig at Wayne Rooney. Below that news we have I am not romantic, says Cristiano Ronaldo. I don't know who is asking him that question. No. Then we go to the top. We have Iwobi downplays emotion ahead of Everton reunion. Iwobi downplays emotion ahead of Everton reunion. We know he used to be an Everton player, and I think over the weekend Fulham will be squaring it up with Everton. So by the right here we have Sane mom on Osimhen Kane comparison. You know, both strikers are scoring with reckless abandon, and people are beginning to compare who is better, who is doing well, and who is not. Of course, don't forget that Osimhen scored a hat-trick yesterday when Galatasaray defeated Ajax in front of their own fans. We have just by the side here, Onuachu wins Super League October Most Valuable Player. Another Nigerian doing it well at the Turkish League. Below, I thought we had all enough of these informations, but it's here again. Bash Ali confirms November 22nd ring return. Bash Ali confirms November 22nd ring return. I thought we were done with Bash Ali, but the man still wants to fight that fight. Beside that, we have Aino shares positive injury update. Ola Aino shares positive injury update. We know he was injured with the game against South Africa there in Bloemfontein, and I guess he's recovering very well. While with the big picture in the middle here says fresh blood. Fresh blood. Onuachu, Okoye, Akinshemiro, top list of 7 players Chell may consider for World Cup playoff tests. Fresh blood. These are players that and the coach of the Super Eagles, of course, wants to look at, because we have at least 7 players who may not be able to play that game. People like Olaino, Semi Ajayi, who gotten some numbers of yellow cards, Agu also, if I'm not mistaken, and what have you. At least 7 footballers who will not be in that discussion. Now, please, we'll come back to the studio. I still have with me Mr. Oduche. We have Mr. Emeka, and of course, down there, joining us live through Zoom, Comrade Abraham Soko. First things first, this period, we are heading into the playoff. The long-awaited World Cup playoff, because I have right in front of me fresh blood, and about 7 players will be missing. I'll come to you first, Comrade Soko. Let me hear what you have. And they've listed some players here. Okoye, of course, is back from his gambling ban. Onwachu is doing very well at Trabzonspor. Akin Semiro, I don't know if he's playing so well or getting enough of game time with AC Milan. But the question I want to ask here is this. Who do you think Eric Schell should use to beef up this team, and what do you think he should do? Because this playoff is not a 2-legged playoff. Either we win or we lose against Gabon to progress to the final, and whatever happens in the final, we decide either we go forward or backward, or rather stay back home. Comrade Soko.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Raphael. First off, I want to start by saying that when Eric Schell was appointed, I was among the most vocal critic of the appointment. I made my reservations known here on the studio. At this point in time, I want to eat my words and want to commend him for taking us thus far, because we had a really inconsistent run in the qualification to this playoff. We had Pizarro at some point, we had Finidi George at some point, and when he took over, he was able to give us the results when it matters most. So I must commend him. She should be on record that at least I have commended him. What should we do at this point in time? I think at this point in time, we should be able to make use of players that are actually informed. Let's forget about the names. Use players that are informed. Like the last playoff we had, I think against either Lesotho, or Rwanda. Okay, Rwanda, and he brought in Ako to actually make his debut. Ako was able to perform very well, and he was able to get a goal, one of the goals in that particular fixture. So we should make use of fresh legs. And another area that I think actually needs competition is our goalkeeping area. In recent matches, Swambali has been, I don't know if he's, I would tag it over confidence. He was making some really, really silly mistakes. So I'm very glad to have Maduka Okoye available for selection in faith. So it will actually provide that competition that the goalkeeping area actually needs at this point in time. So I just hope that he's able to make the right selections and be able to, as you pointed out, this particular fixture, this phase is very, very critical right now, because it's not as easy as it looks. We have to go through a semi-final phase to the final and actually emerge the winner, to actually at least scale through this particular phase. There's another phase, but maybe I'm going to leave that for you to explain to our audience. Thank you very much, Mr. Raphael.
Okay, thank you very much, Comrade Soko. I think the other space that he's talking about, I don't like talking about that space now, because I remember in France 98. In France 98, when we qualified tops of our group and we were going to go and play Paraguay, everybody was not even thinking, sorry, we were going to play Denmark. Nobody was thinking about Denmark. Everybody was talking about Brazil. How we defeated them in France, Atalanta 96. So we just need to just win Denmark, and we'll just go and meet, only for Denmark to come and show us only God knows what. So now we are talking about facing Gabon. Mr. Oduche, what are our chances with this Gabonese team? Mind you, they still have Aubameyang in that team, who is still scoring like he's a 17-year-old.
Whether it is Cape Verde, whether it is Benin Republic, name them. What are the countries that we believe they are not doing very well in African football? Any of those countries we are meeting, it is a very strong encounter. You cannot underrate Gabon. is a very difficult game. Very, very difficult game. It's when we are meeting some countries in Europe, I may be relaxed. But when we are meeting any country in Africa, it's always a do or die affair. Because every country wants to defeat Nigeria.
Yes.
And mind you that African football has grown. It has no longer underdog. Mind you that Cape Verde was among, they qualified before they played their last match.
Yes.
You understand? So that shows you that countries are growing in their football, whatever, on daily basis. The match is a very strong match, which we cannot play just wave with a wave of hand. It's a match our coach needs to be very careful and make proper use of the people, not name. He will make the proper use of the people that are informed. And not just looking at the professionals alone. He can also look inwards. We have good boys playing in our leagues that will help us in this playoff. Because this playoff, you see, if we play Gabon and win Gabon, we would have play Cameroon
or DR
Congo. These are hard nuts for Nigeria. So it's not a child's play. So he needs to look inward and make proper selection. If the big names are having injury, he should keep them by the side and get people that will be able to play very well. And let me tell you, in Nigeria, we have boys. We have good players. Even if he decide to come to Galadimawa to pick players, he will get players that will beat these people with not less than 3-0. But the only thing is that in Nigeria, we don't utilize our potentials. We only depend on the people that in one way or the other have been sponsored by the elites to get over there. We have talents in Nigeria. So he will not give us any excuse if he loses that match or if he loses any of the playoffs. These playoffs are a good test for him because it's a way of preparing Nigeria for the World Cup. Going through this route is good for Nigeria because we were not serious when we're supposed to be. Now, we need to show the world that we are really prepared for the World Cup by winning the 3 matches. Because if we play this one and win, and play the second one in Africa and win, we're going to play only one match.
Only one game.
Only one game. Because being among the top-ranked team that are going for the playoff, we will wait for the first four to play.
Yeah.
Then we will now play the remaining matches, which are out of that two teams.
I like how you're saying it.
Yeah.
You have already qualified us. You have beaten Gabon. You have beaten whoever comes to the final.
Definitely, as a Nigerian, I want us to beat them.
And he has also done something very quickly without even batting an eyelid by explaining how the round will go. Let me also speak as a Nigerian. We beat Gabon. And we get to the final, beat whoever is in the final. We go to the intercontinental playoff. Now, FIFA has done it this way. The 2 top-ranked teams in that intercontinental playoff would just wait for the 4 lowest-ranked teams to play each other in semi-final and then come and meet the top teams to play for the final 2 slots. And, of course, Nigeria, amongst all the teams, both from the African angle and the other continents who are vying for this playoff, is the most top-ranked team amongst all of them. So which means you're very correct, sir. If all things being equal, we're playing just 3 games.
3 games.
And we are in. Yeah. And for the teams that have qualified from other continental, of course, or other continental, slots.
Yeah.
In the Oceania, we already have New Caledonia waiting. In South America, Bolivia is waiting. We are still expecting Africa to give us their own slot, and also CONMEBOL will give us 2 slots. We're expecting them to also give us their slots, and I pray that everything goes smoothly. Comrade Soko, I'm coming to you. Comrade Soko, are you with me?
Okay, I can hear you loud and clear.
I want you to look at your screen and say with your full chest. What would be your prediction for the game against Nigeria versus Gabon?
Okay, at this point in time, I would want to be patriotic. I believe that with the form of our very own Victor Osimhen, I think that we are going to defeat Gabon by 3-1. So that's my prediction.
I like how you said it is on record. Everybody heard him. Everybody saw your face. So you come and say that this video was doctored. And it's not AI. Mr. Oduche, your own prediction.
Definitely Nigeria will win. It will be 2-0. 2-0 against Gabon.
Okay. So we're not minding if what's it called? Aubameyang is there. We also have our own Osimhen. Yeah. I have a message from a viewer, I think, concerning the discussion that we had earlier on in the show, and this one is coming from Mr. Godwin Ojiri. He says the current administration does not want Nigerians to comment much in a way, so they are having a controlled narrative. What would they have now? What would they have now as a defense of what the APC administration did to Jonathan years back by going to the US with evidence of killings during that administration? You know, I think this goes back to the 2012 when this whole drama and everything started. Thank you very much, Mr. Godwin Ojiri. And right in front of me, yesterday, Galatasaray played against Ajax in the Amsterdam Stadium, and one name stood out.
That's Osimhen.
Victor Osimhen.
Yes.
One name stood out, Victor Osimhen. You know, during the qualifiers of the World Cups, we noticed, and statistics have it to show that all the matches he didn't play were the matches we either lost
or we drew.
Yeah. The question is this: do you think Osimhen can carry this team all the way? And I say this because so that we don't have a repeat of what happened during the era of Rashidi Yekini. You know, when everybody was hailing Yekini this, Yekini that. If you go online now, you will see information of how some of these players connived to, how will I put it now?
To frustrate
him and make sure he doesn't score, because apparently he was getting all the hype.
Yeah.
And what have you. And no matter what, in a team, no matter how you play team football, one player always stands out. And that's why you have a Ballon d'Or. They don't award that Ballon d'Or to the whole team.
It's one person.
They give one player. So, Mr. Oduche, do you think Osimhen can carry this team?
Good. It's not good to build a team around one person.
One player.
So that if there's any issue, you can't rule out injury, you can't rule out unforeseen circumstances that may make that person to be unable to play in that particular match. It's not a country like Nigeria that you can build a team around one person. We have 1,001 strikers that are doing very well. It's just for our coach to be able to go inwards and be able to research and get our striker. We have massive strikers all over the world. It's just for our coach to be able to pick them and be able to help Osimhen, because Osimhen is, if you use him so much, he will be worn out and he will be tired. And once he's tired and you don't have a replacement, you will see that the team will just crash. So I believe he will be doing that, because imagine if Osimhen is injured that he will not play the next match. That means we're in trouble. So we have good guys that are still doing it well, that if we get them, they will be able to help. I remember in the 90s when a Super Eagle used to be Super Eagles. You see people coming from the flanks to score. You see, in every match, you don't know who is going to score. You don't know. Amunike, Daniel Amokachi, they can come from anywhere and score. So it is difficult for you as an opponent to know a particular striker you are going to hold on to. So that is the kind of team I want him to build. Because if you build a one-legged team, it's not going to be a good experience when you go to the World Cup. Because if you get to the World Cup where you have the talents, you will see that you will sink.
One man for himself.
Yes, you sink. Because if you are using one man, banking on one man, he will be tired. You will overuse him and he will overwork, and it will not be good for us. If you watch teams like Brazil, watch teams like Argentina, you will have a star there actually. But you find out that most times the stars doesn't score. You see them doing the other way around. They're doing the job the other way around. And it puts your opponents on a very big check because they don't know how to handle the issue. But when you predict a team before playing and that team is exactly doing what you predicted, it's very easy to defeat that team. It's very easy to break them down.
Thank you very much, sir. Mr. Emeka, so the question is this.
Okay.
No, you're not talking. The question is this: do you think that we have learned from the Ghanaian experience? Because the last time we were in this position was when we played Ghana at the MKO Abiola Stadium in Abuja, and we know the chaos that happened. The DR Congo that is about to play the playoff against Cameroon, in fact, they had they had the tickets in their hand, and somehow handed it over to Senegal. The same scenario that happened in Abuja Stadium, that the stadium was destroyed, happened in DR Congo. Stadium was destroyed because that game was at home against Senegal, and they lost that game, and that was why they lost their space or their slots to send. Do you think we have learned from the Ghana experience?
I won't.
Or it will still come back to haunt us again?
So I won't say we've learned from our experience. Why I say so is that when you look at the qualifiers from the draws, you see that the teams we are playing with on a good day are no match to Nigerians. If you check how the statistics of the group went by, you see I think we had the most number of draws, up to 5 draws. 5 draws. And one horrible loss to Benin Republic. And then even when the team, because even in as much as yes we had ups and downs, we still had it in our hands. We had that South Africa home game for South Africa, beats them, and you've qualified, and you can see it at the standings that if you had won them,
yes,
we will not be in this place. So we haven't learned our lesson. We are still playing up and down. The only serious person that is in that team is Osimhen, and you could see it is only when he was around that we were winning matches, literally. And it was his clutch performance by scoring that hat-trick that made us even have this chance. So now the only fear now that we have is if Osimhen gets any injury.
Please don't talk about injury. I caught you there. I caught you there. I'll not let you finish that statement. Okay, that's about, of course, the playoff, and we hope and pray. We know Nigerians, we pray lots. We hope and pray that we are going to scale through and we don't miss out on the World Cup. I know Comrade Soko want to say something, but I'm going to add to whatever it is you have to say. Over the weekend, or rather over the week, a question was asked to Cristiano Ronaldo: is Messi better than you? And Cristiano Ronaldo said no, and I don't want to be humble about it. He is not better than me. Comrade Soko, what's your take on that?
Okay, I've been trying to avoid this GOAT's greatest of all time argument since I got married. And, I'm surprised that it's coming up again. I'm surprised that it's coming up again in the studio. So I feel that this whole greatest of all time depends on how we are judging it. If you want to judge by maybe the individual awards and laurels, I think Messi stands out in that. And but when it comes to work ethic, when it comes to discipline, when it comes to putting in the work, I think Ronaldo has been able to push himself over the years. Look at the way he's performing. He's on 950 goals right now, and he's still banging goals. Very soon, he's going to make it a 1,000 career goal all. So personally, I think that Ronaldo stands out because I don't think he was able to leverage on just talent. He was able to, in addition, I'm not saying that he's not talented, but in addition to talent, he was able to be disciplined. He was able to work hard. He was able to be professional. Messi is a natural talented footballer. Everything he does looks very, very easy. It makes football looks very, very easy. I believe that if he doesn't even train, if he goes into the pitch, he's going to perform. So naturally, I think Messi has that natural talent. But when it comes to discipline, professional work ethic, I give it to Ronaldo. But overall, my greatest of all time is, of course, my very own Cristiano Ronaldo. So it's more of a personal argument. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very, very much. I'll come to you, Mr. Oduchi. I know in boxing, they have a face-off before the main fight where both boxers look at themselves eyeball to eyeball, and they do that for about a minute or so, just to instill fear on the opponent. So this is me now, Messi, and then you, Ronaldo, and then somebody comes to you and asks you if I am better than you. If you were in that position, what do you think your response would have been?
Nobody will agree that the other person is better than him. It is natural. Whatever happens, you always see yourself as the champion. And we are all unique in our own ways. So, between Ronaldo and Messi, and you ask, as you have asked Ronaldo will always say that he's the best. You understand? Mind you, both of them are good. All of them are good. But everybody, if you ask Messi now, Messi will tell you that he's the best.
Of course.
Because he has got what it takes to be the best, just like Ronaldo. So but if you want us to analyze them as individuals, keep Messi, keep Ronaldo, and analyze. It will be a different ball game. But within them, and you are asking each and every one of them question,
who is the best?
None of them will say that the other person is the best. They will always take themselves as being the best. To me, Ronaldo is good, and is still good even at this old age.
You're sounding like a Ronaldo fan.
No, I am not a fan of any other person.
Okay.
He's still good even at this old age in football. I mean old age in football, not old age as a person. He is still doing well, and he's still pushing the career forward. So that shows that he's good.
No, somebody said they are judging this based on the fact that Messi has a World Cup and maybe some Champions League and what have you. And I said to myself, there are players who have won World Cups, who have maybe like 5 Champions League in maybe Real Madrid. Maybe people like maybe Ceballos in Real Madrid, for example. There's some players in Real Madrid who have 5 Champions League, but probably throughout the competition never kicked the ball or played one game.
Yes.
So are we now going to say because those guys have won World Cup, they have won Champions League?
That's exactly what I'm saying. That as a player, Ronaldo has tried. He has done very well in this profession. He has shown that he can drive it. He has shown that he has passion for football. That age is not even a barrier. You understand? Look at what he's still doing, and he's still hopeful, and he's still
he's aiming at 1,000 goals.
He's still breaking records. So that shows that he's good at it. He's doing very well. Not that Messi is not good. Messi is good, but you can see that Messi, at a point, have decided to retire. He's no longer as active the way Ronaldo is. Ronaldo is still active.
Still very active.
Very active.
You know, there's an adage in Yoruba.
And he's still banging goals.
Of course.
Yes. So
there's an adage. Some people will tell you that the only goals Ronaldo is scoring is penalties and tappings. Yes. They're still goals.
They're goals.
If you ask me, they're goals. There's an adage in Yoruba that says, Abinibiyatos, ability. It simply means when the talent that is inborn is different from the one that is you have to work for. One of them has inborn talent. One keeps working. You know, Patrick Evra, I remember one time said Ronaldo invited him over for the weekend, so he went there hoping to just maybe unwind, play game, eat and go home, only for him to find Ronaldo having a workout. And from when he got to that house till he left, they were doing workouts. And as he was about to leave, he told him he's never coming to his house again. And we were told, even when he was at Manchester United, he comes an hour before every other person. They meet him training. Then when they leave, he's still there for another 1 hour to train. And then you begin to look at players who were younger than him. As a matter of fact, the coach of Brighton is way younger than Ronaldo.
Yes.
Cesc Fabregas, who is a coach at the moment, is younger. What am I was saying? Even Amorim, Arteta and the likes are all in the same bracket. The Rooney that is bashing Ronaldo back and forth played together with Ronaldo. Do you understand? So I think these players are exceptional. I don't know when we would find this
replacement
again. We know we used to have other arguments. Then the two of them came, and then players have been compared to the two of them. People like Robinho, people like Pato, people like the list is on and on. Even at the point Neymar came into the picture and Neymar has faded, and these two guys are still holding it thick. I think we should stop this debate about who is best, who is this, who is not. We should just let these guys enjoy themselves because
they are unique.
Very unique and special. There was a day they went for an award, and Ronaldo's, I think it was Ronaldo or Messi's son, saw the other person and ran to the other person and hugged the person and said, "You are my idol." Imagine you seeing your child going to the next person, your rival, to say, and the person said he likes you. Do you understand me? So I think one day we would put an end to this debate. I want to bring this up. I know we I don't know if it's part of the story. There's a particular fan. I don't know if my producer has the image that says if Manchester United can win 5 straight games, he will cut his hair. That's the guy on the screen. That he will not cut his hair until Man U get 5 straight wins, not a draw in between. 5 straight wins.
That means he will not cut his hair. The hair will grow more and more.
And he has had this for over 365 days.
Wow.
What? Yes. And of course, since Amorim came, Amorim has not won even back-to-back games too. It's just recently, in the last month, that he got 3. And we are praying that he's about to get there so that this guy can go and get a haircut. Only for them to end up playing 2-2. So the story continues.
He won't cut his hair.
Mr. Duce,
it's not possible. This is no longer the club we used to know.
You used to know.
Yes. So they can't get it done like that.
Comrade Soko, can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear.
Do you think that guy will get a haircut?
I don't think he will get a haircut this season, though. It will be very, very difficult to get a haircut. But the truth is that Manchester United is beginning to get good form. So hopefully there is light at the end of the tunnel for him. I'm very sure barbers will be lining up to be the ones to cut this guy's hair. Yeah. So it will be said that I was the one. In fact, at this point in time, I think I will send him my application to be one of those that will can make the guy may even auction. You know, these white people, they can be very funny. He may decide to auction the hair after he cuts his hair.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Will. Moving on. Last night we had some games, so we're going to talk about Tuesday and Wednesday Champions League. Tuesday and Wednesday's Champions League. This is where our colours will begin to speak. If your team is playing in the Champions League, if your team is not playing in the Champions League, you will join one colour or the other. Either you're a red, you're a blue,
you're white,
or a white to speak today. So yesterday we saw some. I don't know if we can have those results on the screen. We saw some results, but before we go to those results, only 3 teams, as we speak, have gone 100% clean without losing a game. Bayern Munich, Arsenal, and if I'm not mistaken, Inter Milan. Bayern Munich, Arsenal, and Inter Milan. Do you think these guys can go all the way, or they are just holding places for the real champions?
I will not talk about Bayern Munich. I will talk about Arsenal. Arsenal will start well.
Okay.
And by the time you are hailing them,
putting your hopes on them,
one day they will dash it fully. So that's one thing about Arsenal. So they are trying.
And mind you, in these 3, only Arsenal hasn't conceded.
Yes, that's how they used to start most times.
In fact, somebody said David Raya is working from home now.
Yes, so that's how they used to start. But before you know it now, you'll be surprised what will happen. They will mess up in one or 2 games that will cost them the
So let me
thing.
put this to you, sir. We have Bayern topping with 12 points. The only reason why they are on top is because of their goal forwards. I think 14 goals thereabout and considered 3.
Yeah.
Arsenal 11 goals, considering none. These 2 teams are playing next. What's your take? Arsenal, Bayern Munich.
In the beginning may look strong. Arsenal may score first. Arsenal may score 2 or 3 goals.
So in other words, you're saying Arsenal is winning this game?
They may score 2 or 3 goals in the beginning.
Okay.
They may rule the first half. But when it comes to second half, it's by the grace of God that they will survive it.
Oh, okay.
That's one thing about them, especially when they are playing a strong team like Bayern Munich.
Okay.
I think Bayern Munich will win Arsenal, because if you check last season,
Okay.
two of them actually met in the knockout stage, and
Yeah.
everybody was rooting for Arsenal. Well, after the first leg, they drew the match. Immediately that match got drawn. I was like, Arsenal is going home, and they went home. And then if you check, okay, yeah, they pride themselves with a clean sheet, but they have Bayern Munich has a striker, Harry Kane, that loves to score against Arsenal.
Okay, so Comrade Soko, I'm coming to you. Yesterday we had your darling team. We were hoping that another English team would join the English teams in the top half of the table, the first 8. We have Arsenal there, we have Newcastle there, we have Manchester City there. And if I'm not mistaken, I think Tottenham is not far off. We're hoping that another team from England would join the table. What happened? What do you think happened to Chelsea? Why did we allow a team like Karabakh? Because, you know, Mr. Oduchi have said in Africa there is no minnows in football, but we know in Europe we have minnows, except in some leagues where they call them a farmers league, where the top team just run through them. So what do you think went wrong?
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Raphael. I think our coach, Enzo Maresca, is still approaching the Champions League the way he approached the Conference League last season. And I think that was what went wrong yesterday. He made a lot of club rotation, man rotation in the thing, individual rotations in the thing. And when you come to the Champions League is an elite competition. There is a competition for champions. One of the officials yesterday saw Pafos winning Villarreal.
Yes.
Pafos that is making, I think, a debut in this championship, on this stage. So the overall point I'm trying to make here is that there's no underdog in the Champions League. For you to make it in this level, you have to put in your best. And Chelsea did not actually do that yesterday. As I said, they were trying to manage their team. It was later on when they saw that things were beginning to go wrong. We actually lost the first half, I think 2-1. And it was when the second half began, and he brought out his big dogs, Enzo, he brought out Garnacho, and as soon as Garnacho came in, we got the equalizer. But unfortunately, we were not able to actually win that particular fixture. So on Arsenal, I think Arsenal is almost the best. It's almost the best team. Apart from Bayern Munich, I think they are almost the best team in Europe right now. Because if you look at in October, Arsenal did not concede a single goal. And it's sad for me to say, but I think Arsenal is up there right now amongst the likes of Bayern Munich, to be honest. Thank you very much, Mr.
Okay, thank you very much. And of course, we know what the table of the Champions League looks like. If my producer would put it on the screen, Bayern on top, followed by Arsenal. Can we get the top 8? Because the top 8 qualifies automatically, while the next other teams will play playoff from 9 to 16 will play the qualifiers, more like the playoff, before they come and meet the top 8. And mind you, some teams that even qualify as the top 8 lose to teams that come from the playoff competition. So we go straight now to last weekend's results from the EPL. Last weekend's results for all those who followed their darling team and what have you. Last weekend's results was favorable to some, wasn't favorable to some. Teams like Liverpool, after going 4 straight losses, got one better over Aston Villa, and they also got one better over almighty Real Madrid. Comrade Soko, I'm coming back to you. Do you think Liverpool has found their feet again?
Okay, I think if you go with the recent results that they have had, I think I would say that they have found their feet. It's just consistent. They just need to be consistent. And even for Chelsea have been having a lot of inconsistency also. And at least we're able to win our London rivals, Tottenham, last weekend, and we have seen ourselves climb up to, I think, 5th on the table. So I think it's important for teams like Manchester City, Liverpool, Chelsea to actually mount a challenge to Arsenal at the summit of the table, because right now it seems like Arsenal is running away with the league, and other teams, Liverpool, Manchester City, Chelsea, should not allow this to happen. So I think it's very, very vital for Liverpool to actually find their feet, as well as Chelsea, as well as Manchester City. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Oduche. I'm coming to you. We lost another coach again, in the form of Pereira of Wolves, after losing 3-0 to Fulham. Do you see anyone again dropping? Do you see any other manager again dropping?
Everything depends on the heart. You understand? And over there they don't behave like us. When you feel that you are not getting it right, they mostly throw in the towel.
The towel.
Yes. So I think that he felt that he's not getting it the way he wanted to get it. That's why he threw in the towel. So I believe that in their normal culture and their way of life, anyone that sees that, oh, I'm not getting it right, may throw in the towel. At the time we don't even expect, because they don't allow themselves to be sacked. Most times they are not sacked. Just like our coach, a Nigerian coach, our current coach now, Eric Shell, you can check his record. He has not, and he never ended well in places he has coached. And I pray he will end well in Nigeria.
Amen. You know, I say Nigerians will pray a lot.
Everything is by prayer.
It's prayer and by grace. This coming weekend, I'm still praying for the young man to cut his hair. Right now, I see Manchester United facing Tottenham Hotspur.
That's one of the spoilers. Because it will be difficult for them to defeat Tottenham. Yes.
But Chelsea finds a way to always defeat this Tottenham. Why is it difficult for other teams?
You will see what will happen. It will be very difficult. Tottenham is a big spoiler when it comes to Premiership. They are big spoilers.
I think Tottenham they could be inconsistent at times. And because they've already played the Champions League match 2 days ago, that fatigue could still be there. So it's going to actually be a tough match.
A tough game.
Yeah.
We are seeing Arsenal facing Sunderland. Sunderland, a team that has done one better, defeated, Chelsea at home.
Yeah.
And they'll be playing in their home front. And everybody has said nobody has even had a shot against the Arsenal team. Don't we think a team like Sunderland can break that jinx?
Arsenal will defeat them.
Oh,
very, very well. They will defeat them.
Arsenal will beat them.
There's no two ways about that.
They are not far away from Arsenal.
If I'm one of the people that bet, I will bet Arsenal will win, and I will even predict the goals.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. That's a very... So are you an Arsenal fan?
I'm not an Arsenal fan. And to tell you the truth, I'm not any European or...
So what team do you support?
The team, any good team.
Any team that wins?
Any good team in a particular match. Any team that is playing very well in that particular match. That's the team I support.
That's beautiful.
So I'm not a fanatic of any club, no. But I love when a team is doing well. And mind you that a team might not be doing well in a particular season, but in a particular match, they might be doing very well. So I support that team in that particular match. But that will not stop me from analyzing.
Of course.
Saying the truth when analysis comes. So that is that.
Like a friend will say, when you want to analyze, remove your jersey so that you can say the truth without any emotion. So, Comrade Soko, I'm coming to you, and at this point in time, please remove your jersey, because you're going to be answering a question speaking truth to power. Chelsea Wolves. Mind you, Wolves lost their coach, and now they have a new coach. And you know what happens when you have a new coach? The new coach syndrome.
Yeah.
So what do you think about this Chelsea and Wolves? Remove that jersey now.
Okay. So I think Chelsea and Wolves actually played a couple of days ago. I think last week in the Carling Cup. and we're able to narrowly win that. So I also see Chelsea winning this particular fixture. To be honest, I don't think Wolves is a match for Chelsea at this point in time. They are still finding their feet this season, and we still have the likes of our own very Tolu,
Arokodare,
that also needs to find his form for him to be eligible for selection in the playoffs. So in a way, my heart will also be supporting Wolves because of our own man Tolu in that particular game. But to be objective, I think Chelsea will win that particular fixture.
Okay. Then the big one on Sunday. The one that will actually decide how the table will look like. Not talking about maybe Arsenal on top. Now we're looking at Manchester City against Liverpool. We've all agreed that Liverpool has somehow found their form again. And let's not forget that there's somebody on the other side who just created history, I think yesterday. That's Haaland. They say Haaland becomes the first player in Champions League history to score in 5 consecutive games for 3 different clubs. And that guy is scoring like, maybe he might even get to 1,000 before Ronaldo retires, because of the way. The first time I saw Haaland play was on the 20 World Cup, Norway. I've forgotten the team they played. He scored, I think, about 7 goals or there, about 9 goals in that game. They won 12 and he scored 9. And I asked myself, not only you they play this ball, why only you 9 in a game that you have 11 players, and then they scored 12, and inside the 12 you scored 9. That means you left the other 3 for anybody that's interested.
Yeah.
So the question is, I'm coming to you, Mr. Emeka. Liverpool, Manchester City. Where will the table turn?
Okay, so we are playing a Man City team that they're not at their best, but
did I hear you say we are playing?
They are playing.
Okay. I wanted to be sure because I need to know where the color is coming from.
No, I'm a Man City fan.
Okay.
I love them. They've not really been playing at the level that we are used to. I think maybe because of the blip last season, they're still trying to get themselves, especially trying to gel the new
players
in. And then there's the Liverpool side that are just trying to wake up from their recent slumber. I still look at a Man City win though. At the end of the day, I think Man City will win because I think Man City are the better team in form at this point in time.
At the moment.
Yes.
And I think I agree with you.
You agree with him?
Yeah.
On this one, Man
one.
City is going to have one better over Liverpool.
Yes.
So we're about wrapping it up here, and I'll get your thoughts, all of you, in will I say 30 seconds each, so that we don't roll out our time. I want to put everybody on the spot now. Are we ready?
Fire on.
I should fire on. Starting with you, Ronaldo and Messi. Who's better? You sounded so sure. So Ronaldo, Messi, who's better?
I'll take Messi all day.
You take Messi all day.
All day.
Mr. Oduche,
I'll take Ronaldo.
you take Ronaldo.
Yeah.
Comrade Soko, I don't want to break this tie, so I'll leave the tie like that. in 30 seconds rather, what would you say about the fifth Pro World 11? Are all the players in that 11 on merit?
Okay, I don't know if the producer can actually.
We have Palmer in the team, Dembele in the team, and Bellingham in the team. If I'm not mistaken, Mendes is on that team also.
Mendes, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, you have the team on the board. Donnarumma, Achraf Hakimi, Virgil van Dijk, Vitinha, Pedri, and Lamine Yamal and Mbappe.
Yeah, I think they are all deserving. The only problem I have with that list, I think we also need to have more African representative right now. Apart from Hakimi, I don't think anyone from Africa is there, and I believe that our own Victor Osimhen deserves his spot there because he has been really, really banging. He has really been on form in recent times and even on the international stage. So I believe that right now, Osimhen is at the level of both Haaland and Ubampi, and I believe that he should have the same recognition. Since it's my last word, I just want to use this medium to appreciate our guests in the studio, Emeka and Mr. Emeka and Mr. Edozie, especially Mr. Edozie. wealth of experience into the show, and it was really a good time being here today. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Comrade Soko. Mr. Oduche, one last word.
Oh, I pray for my country that we will stop bleeding, and we will stop the spilling of the blood.
Amen.
I pray that our leaders will not turn everything to politics. That this is a call for action. This is a national call. This is a patriotic call that we need to safeguard our country. It is very important that we stop the killing.
Thank you very much, sir. It was nice having you on the show.
Thank you very much.
Mr. Emeka, one last word.
I pray and I wish everybody does the right thing. What you know you should do and should be done at the right time. By the time we inculcate that habit, we will have a better environment and space to work.
Thank you very much, and thank you for coming on the show today, sir.
Thank you very much, sir.
And that's the game for today on the Now Streaming Show, the sporting edition right here on ACNNTV. From the political tackles to the football battles, we've streamed it all live, loud, and a little bit spicy. Join us again next time for more headlines, hot takes, and sporting drama. Enkule ni Ottawa, inule ni Ashebingbe. It means there's an enemy that stays outside, but the main person lives within the household. So we need to start doing our work and making sure the outsiders don't come and explain for us or tell us that which we need to do. I am Raphael Ojakomo saying stay sharp, stay sporty, and stay winning, and bye for now. Till we meet again. Adios.